Alright, in this video I'm going to show you my pivot point trading strategy, and more importantly I'm going to show you how to use pivot points in two separate but effective strategies. Number one, how to use it with trend trading, and number two, how to use pivot points to draw a trend line just like this, allowing you to nail huge winners in the market, Forex, future stocks, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to show you how to do it without using any indicators whatsoever. Let's fire this up. Alright, what's up guys? It's Mark here at Dino Trading. Let's get right into this. All you futures traders out there, you're going to love this video. Even you Forex traders and stock traders, pay attention. I think you're really going to learn something here, okay? So what I'm going to show you here in this video are two trading methods that I think you're going to find the most success with, alright? One is a trend trading style, okay? And the other one is a trend line breakout trading style. These are two equally effective trading methods and strategies that are very effective in my opinion, and these are going to work without any garbage indicators at all. None. We are only going to look at pure price action. Alright, so what you're seeing on the screen right now is a price action based dyno bar chart on the S&P. Alright, and listen guys, we're not looking to make trading complicated. Alright, if you've seen any number of my videos before, okay, my approach to the market is centered around keeping it simple. Right, the first green bar after any red bar, what does that mean? Well, that's a long signal, right? The first red bar after any green bar, what does that mean? That's a short signal. Okay, any 6-year-old can understand that concept. But here's the thing, you don't randomly rush in and try to go long or short, right? On this trend trading methodology, what I like to do is when a signal bar generates, you capture the high and you capture the low. You capture the high and you capture the low. Does that make sense? And what you're doing is you're waiting for price to come back into this area. You're also waiting for price to come back into this area. Right? Long, short, done. Okay? And you can see here on this signal in the overnight session, boom. Beautiful retracement. Took back just about 30% of the bar. How about this one here? Took back almost 50% of the bar. I like to wait for a minimum of 30%. Alright, that's not new to any of you guys that have been following my videos before. You know that I like the 30% retracement level. Now, you don't always get that, but more often than not, you do. Okay, so these two signals are what a perfect trade looks like. Now, what about this? Guys are going to be looking at this chart and they're going to be like, hey Mark, what do I do over here? What do I do over here? Why didn't it work over here? Listen, this is called chop. Alright, the market is going to take some time to figure out what direction it wants to go in. You may get a setup that looks like this, where you get a long signal followed immediately by a short signal. Okay, guys, this is the market. All right, the market's going to give you a clue on what it wants to do. Right, so here's a long. You probably took some small losses on that one. That's life, right? That's trading for you. But what about this signal here? What about this short signal right here? Draw the high, draw the low. You tell me, did price retrace 30% of that bar? Okay. You tell me if you were able to capture a 50-point sell-off trade on the S&P E-minis without using any indicators. Okay. So yes, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 signals. Of the 4, 3 of them were freaking on the money. You understand what I'm saying? No one is ever going to tell me that trend trading doesn't work. If you ask me, trend trading is one of the only things that works. Okay? Now, for all you guys that like to catch tops and catch bottoms, here's the supplemental strategy that I really like to use. I've called this my trend line breakout strategy. Before I show this to you, I want to show you something really interesting on the S&P. If I squish this in, all right, check this out, all right? This is the last few trading sessions on the S&P, okay? Can you see how just over the last few sessions, they tried to push the market up to about the 3150 area, right? I'll go ahead and flatline that for you, all right? Here's 3150 on the nose. And can you see how each and every time, one, right? Here's 1, 2, and 3. 3 times it came up to 3150, right? And all 3 times it failed at the 3150 level. This is called resistance, guys, all right? For all you guys that love support and resistance, this right here is exactly what resistance looks like in the market, okay? Where price reaches a nice big round number like 3150 and the sellers just dump it. They dump it by the boatload, right? So if you were watching this market, let me show you my breakout trading strategy here using trend lines, all right? So as you see it rallying up to the 3150 level, here's what you want to do. Right click in the chart, go to the list of drawing tools, and you want to find this one right here, automated trend line shorts, all right? All you got to do is add it to the chart and then check the box that says draw trend lines, okay? Now when you hit OK, here's what's going to happen. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to draw for you automatically every single pivot point, right? You see all these blue dots here? These represents pivot points. What's a pivot point? It's a statistically significant area in the market that you absolutely 100% need to pay attention to, okay? And what this automated trendline drawing tool is going to do is it's going to automatically connect all the pivot points for you. Does that make sense? So as this thing was rallying in the morning session, little after 9 o'clock in the morning, as it was rallying, the smart money knew that this thing might be primed for a sell-off, right? So here's what you do. You draw and connect the most recent sequence of trend lines. Okay, nothing complicated about it. That's why I've given it a name, trend line breakout. So you guessed it, what comes next? We're looking for the trend line to be broken, right? It has to break the trend line. That's why it's called trend line breakout trading. Makes sense? And now this box right here is where the trend line broke, right? Your stop, if you take this trade to the short side, your stop gets placed at the most recent swing high. Okay, and what happened on this short trade is what I expected to happen. This thing just took an absolute dump, right? It sold off hard. And if you missed this one, well, guys, here's the second entry, right? Now, this is probably not the best entry, this second one here. If you missed this one, you already missed an 80-point move on the S&P. I mean, you're coming in kind of late to the party if you take the second one after lunch. But again, a trend line is a trend line, right? So if you decide to take this second one here, all right, your stop would get placed at the most recent swing high and the stop never gets touched. So everything you see here visually represented on the chart on the S&P E-minis is my trend line breakout strategy that I think anybody can master in like one day. And if you do the math on this, right, you take the entry at 31.35, you look where it closed at about 30.55. Guys, that represents a potential 80 points on the S&P. Yes, that's points. If you're looking to translate this into ticks, then here's what the math works out to in ticks. Guys, this is an insane trade on the S&P E-minis, which has traditionally been a very slow-moving market. But as you probably know, the volatility's through the roof. It's a day trader's dream right now. And for everyone that's trading the S&P E-minis using this particular trading methodology and strategy, okay, you are absolutely killing it.